Good afternoon, guys, and happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, I did get done what I wanted to today, which was to weed the black flower bed. One of the two that are pretty much in the back. It was starting to look really bad. The other one is also really starting to go. I think on Friday, I have it written in my planner, as long as it's not raining, to go outside and weed another flower bed. And I just did the big front one on Tuesday, I think, or something like that. So it's only been a week. It's not like, you know, it's not getting all crazy yet. But I wanted to show you guys that, and then also too an update on our vegetable garden, which we actually just planted today. The little boy that me and Jack babysit for, we actually went outside and we planted the zucchini. So we've got both. We're gonna have green and yellow zucchini, or like the summer squash, coming up as well, which I think it takes like maybe 14 days or something like that, so it should be a few a few weeks. But it said on the package it could be planted as late as June, so it's still the beginning of June, early June. So I think it said like it takes like 50 days or 40 days or something like that. I don't even remember what it said, to actually like start like producing flowers, I think was what it was. So we might still be able to get probably some zucchini. And then I think in August I'm going to plant the lettuce and spinach and kale, because that is actually all like cold weather, or is more hardy for like the cold and stuff like that, because it's a leaf vegetable. It is like anything that really is like a leaf that you eat, like lettuce, spinach, kale, any of that kind of stuff. Like a lot of times they're more like winter, like hardy, and they don't take as long to grow either. And they like, lettuce doesn't do really well in like extreme heats and stuff like that. So that's why in our area at least they have to be planted later in like August or so. So I think like next month I'll plant those, and we should start getting that as well. They can either be planted like early spring, which obviously we didn't really have a chance for because we didn't get our beds in that early, which we will be able to next year though, or else we can plant them like late in late in fall, again when it's cooler out and it's not quite as blazing hot, which today was actually not that bad, guys. It was actually pretty nice out. I went out this morning maybe about like 10 o'clock or so while Jack and the little boy were babysitting for, we're watching a movie. So I was just in the backyard. It took me maybe about an hour, honestly. And then the only problem was, guys, and I'll show you when I go out there, there is like these like few rocks that are there, and they had a ton of ants underneath them, and they kept biting me. And so I was like, okay, I have to stop digging here for just a little bit until they all start to like go away. And so I went, like, I was working in the one side of the bed, so I went back to the other side and worked my way back to where the ants were. And by that time they were like all gone, but because I was pulling up like Creeping Charlie and there was some grass in between like the rocks, so I was like pulling the rocks up so I could pull that stuff out, and there was just like hives of ants. So we took care of the problem. I read online like a natural ant solution is just to use boiling hot water and dish soap together, and that you just like throw them on the rocks, which is what Matthew ended up actually doing and took care of that for me. And I went back out there and they were all gone. So unless they're like way deeper underneath it, but they weren't like directly under the rock when I pulled it up like they were before, which is again good. So I think that problem is kind of taken care of. I noticed a lot too out in the front yard when I was weeding that flower bed too. There was a lot of them, and just like it was just a few of them too, like certain rocks that had ants underneath them. I don't know what made them so special about the other ones, but I noticed that they really like, whenever I pull up the Creeping Charlie, that's where they all seem to come running out of. So we took care of that problem, but it took me a little bit longer because of that, because I was trying to weed like around without like mealing in the ants. So when I decided to work my way back towards that is when it actually started going a little faster. But I honestly maybe have only weeded that bed once, maybe twice so far this year. So it was kind of, I think I showed you guys recently, it was not looking too good, but I'll show you guys an update and how good it is looking now. Show you guys the bed that I need to do for Friday, because I'm gonna do the bathroom, cleaning the bathroom tomorrow, clean the kitchen on Wednesday, and then on Thursday clean the living room, and then we babysit Monday, Wednesday, Friday Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So then I have the opportunity to, again, like kind of do the same thing today, put on a movie, have Jack just kind of like chill in there with him if he needs anything, and then, like I said, just go and finish that flower bed, which has been working out pretty well because me and Jack have pretty much been like splitting time as far as like babysitting. So yeah, guys, I'll show you guys the outside though. My buddy Mr. B is coming out here with me. You coming out? Oh, I don't know if you guys saw, the light just went on. This one's gonna come on in a couple seconds. Just wait and watch, guys. Don't know how long we'll be here, but oh, there it goes. It was literally not long at all. That one I just saw how it came on. So yeah, I don't know if I ever was out here when the outside, like those, like what are they called, fence lights have been on. I think I showed you guys the ones that were over here. But we also too at Menards not too long ago got, and there goes that's a garage light, but at Menards this last weekend, actually last weekend, my dad hung this up, and then I think last weekend as well we got a hanging pot. So we actually wanted to, I just wanted a hanging pot. I didn't care what was in there, so that we can plant plants in it next year and still have one, because we didn't have any type of like basket. I didn't care if it was like a cheapy plastic one, maybe eventually get like a nicer one, but I wanted something because we had that anyway. Why not just hang it up? We have screws already. It was just in the garage doing nothing, so it was like, why not? And it was like a $5 pot. So we have a little extra color back here, but Mr. B is normally never in the yard by himself. So this will be interesting, won't it, Mr. B? Hi, buddy. You want somebody to play with you? I'm not really playing right now. Anyways though, guys, yeah, so I weeded all the flower beds, and I think I told you guys too, I was super excited when I saw these lilies have got little buds on them that are finally, we're actually going to get flowers on these. We didn't last year because they were here in a heaping pile of weeds, and I transplanted them, moved them over here, and hey, get out! No, not in my flowers. They're, like I said, actually looking really good. So this is like some different variety of lily than the kind that we have, and then this is a different variety of lily, which is one flower is left on there. This we just moved when we did the did the fence, so we chopped off like most of the roots, ended up getting kind of like demolished in there, so that's why I think a lot of it's dying down. But once it kind of reestablishes itself, it should be able to come back and just be fine. It just might not be this year. It probably will not flower this year. And then this is Live Forever. I don't know the actual name. Sedum or something like that, I think. And then I actually saw that today. I believe that is a mum that's coming back, which I thought this was the only one out of the like 8 that I planted last year that were actually going to make it. And I moved this and transplanted it because I think it was like over there or over here or something like that. So that might be another piece of that one maybe, but it kind of looks like it has different leaves, so I'm not totally sure. But if not, like, I'll just leave it and let it kind of come back, whatever. But I did weed this whole thing, guys, which is, like I said, looking pretty nice. And then this, I believe, is columbine, so I'm actually going to let that come in by itself. This is some type of bush. These are, I can't remember, guys, crocuses maybe. And this, I actually don't know what that is, but it was started kind of, there was another little pocket of it, so I split a little bit and put it over here so that it kind of evens out, so it's kind of like symmetrical over here. We might try and get another clematis to go here along with a trellis that we need, and then it's the same thing on this side, so it's mirroring itself. But it's weird, these lilies are not doing quite as well over on this side. Maybe they're getting less sun because of the house, but this what's it called, this Live Forever is doing better. That one, when I found it, guys, it was like one leaf was left, and this year it's actually coming back a lot better. Eventually I'm hoping it's gonna look like the one in the front yard, which I'll have to show you guys maybe tomorrow or something like that. The one in the front yard is like 5 times that size. Like, it's like probably about this tall, and it's just like that probably takes up, like, would take up this end of the flower bed right here. Mr. B, where did you go? You up on the deck, buddy? And this has to go in a bag, I think, or we're waiting maybe for it to dry out so we can use it for firewood. I don't know, or something like that. Hi, little buddy. He's like, guys, what am I gonna do with myself back here? I never by myself. This is the bed I need to weed. All of these hostas are like, have beautiful flowers on them right now. They're kind of a purple, but they're also kind of like whitish. These ones are like the what's it called, like the different kind of colored variety. But as you guys can see, I've got huge weeds that are in here right along this spot. I don't know what it is about it, but they are really bad with these, what are they, thistles. And then we got a bush here. I think our morning glories are coming back, but there's nowhere for them to go. So I think I'm going to try and pull them out. These are ones we planted here last year, but I think they just reseeded themselves and they're coming back again. So yeah, and then we have all of these lilies back here, which are actually doing really good. But eventually, guys, what the plan is we're going to move these lilies are going to go over here if hopefully there's enough sun for them. Mr. B, what are you doing? And then we're actually going to get this all the way up to the top. We're going to put lattice so that we can put what's it called, like morning glories on this side, because they did so well last year. It was just they tore apart this fence. As you guys can kind of see, it is already in bad condition. It just made it worse having it here. So we're gonna do like we have the lattice over there, but on this side. Hi, buddy. Hi, bud. You want to ready to go inside? You want to go inside? Yeah, let's go inside. All right, guys, I'm actually using my camera to see because it's so good in low light. I can't actually see what is like going on out here, but we've got 5 tomato plants, as you guys can see in the cages over here, which are all doing really well. There's actually some little tomatoes way down there. And I think there's some little tiny baby ones somewhere in here. I saw them earlier today. I don't know where they ended up. They're somewhere in here. And there's 3 different varieties, or 4 different varieties. These 2 in the back are the same. I think they're yellow like variety or something like that. These 3 in the front are also all different kinds. And then these are 2 are bell peppers in here. That's broccoli, and that's broccoli. That's cauliflower. So that's what we've got there. And then right here in these kind of 2 mounds that you guys can see, we planted yellow squash and then also zucchini. We're going to do like a trellis kind of thing that's going to be like at an angle, kind of like we had the old one, and do more flower beds. They're going to go, or vegetable beds, they're going to go all down the side. And that looks kind of cool, guys, with the lighting back here. But yeah, and then all of our lilies are doing good over here. But yeah, guys, those are the live forevers up here. These are like I said, huge right now. So these will fill in like that in the backyard as well. So yeah, guys, that does it for our little garden tour for today. Maybe, like I said, tomorrow I'll show you guys more of that front flower bed that I weeded on Tuesday. Because all the stuff that's coming up in there looks really good. I did take some pictures too, like a few days ago or something like that, so when some of the stuff was blooming. And so because it's like so difficult, because sometimes like certain things will be blooming, and like those lilies, the red ones that I said only had 1 flower left on it, like they were blooming a few days ago, but you guys can see like there's still 1 left. And so hopefully when they get a little bit, you know, we have more of them and stuff like that, more will be blooming. I actually don't know how those ones if they, because I think they're a bulb, so I don't really know how like they propagate. So I don't know how much more of those we'll have, but if not, they'll at least get like kind of bigger and stuff like that, so we might at least have more flowers. But it's like everything's kind of like, everything is sort of blooming right now, but everything is sort of blooming all at a different time a little bit too. Like 1 week we had like this blooming, and then another week like we had a little bit of that still blooming, and then like some of the other stuff started blooming and stuff like that. So it's like everything's kind of in its own phase. But I like the fact that we do have those 2 mums, because that'll give us some fall color. But it does kind of stink that there is none in the front yard that are still here. But yeah, so we might need to buy some more mums as well for like next, or for like this fall and stuff like that, and to get some color in. And like I said, it's really weird, like we planted a ton of them, because they were actually, we got a bunch of them from Walmart, and then we also bought some, and I split them from actually like a local farm. And so like I said, the fact that we didn't actually, none of them except for the random 2 that look like they're coming back in the backyard, like I don't know what's going on with those. But anyways, though, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.